Yeah, Dan, can you talk about the second half comeback and the role Tyler Polley played in that?
So Paulie,
Yeah, I mean, it was, obviously it was, we were in a very tenuous position. We were, at a point in the game that we couldn't have imagined we'd find ourselves in. And it was like a boxer going to the stool after just getting rocked. And, we had to decide, if we wanted to get off the stool and continue to fight. And, we just showed a lot of character. And Tyler, Tyler, since Christmas break has really been a different guy. I think the break for him allowed him to kind of reset. He's had some great practices, and just what a great performance by him, and our older guys today carried us.
Did you make defensive adjustments in the second half that sparked that? Because they went for over 9 minutes without a field goal when you made your run.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to double the post a little bit more. I just thought that we weren't as disruptive. We were allowing the ball to be reversed. We weren't taking anything away. We were playing too nice defensively, and that changed in the second half. We were able to take them out of some stuff, but just overall, I just thought that group there with Brendan and RJ and Tyler and Isaiah and Josh really got us going.
Can you talk about the injury to James and how you were able to win the game without getting an offensive contribution from him?
I mean, it's when you're a good defensive team, potentially with the potential to be a great defensive team, and you rebound the ball, you have a chance to win every single night. So that's like the first part of that, and then the second part of it is when you're in year 3 of rebuilding a program, you just you could overcome a performance like that, and because you have enough culture and you've got enough character built up.
Dave Borges.
Yeah, Dan, I guess, similar question. To be able to do what you guys did without James really contributing much in the second half, that has to be a really good thing for you guys to know that other guys can step up and they can win without James being a huge component. And I guess, how is James, and what exactly was the injury to his elbow, I guess?
Yeah, he's got a hyperextended elbow, and obviously, we're a program. James is a brilliant talent. We don't we don't want to go through that. we don't want him to do that a lot, what he did today, but it's going to happen. Every 7, 8, 9 games, you're going to have a game like this, a 3 for 12, where you're not sharp. But we pride ourselves on being a program. We're building a program, and again, like late last year, we changed the mindset of the team, and with the way we were able to win late in the year, and I think that you saw the residue of that today. Where our program, even though we blew the Creighton game down the stretch, we do expect to win now.
John Fanta.
Dan, I'm curious what you thought of Isaiah pulling up, hitting that 3, and what you thought of the way that he performed as this game went on.
He was awesome today. And John, the threes. I mean, I've been begging him to shoot more pick and pops, more perimeter shots, more threes. It will open up so many more things for us at the offensive end, and and I think he's the type of guy that could make 1 or 2. And so, and listen, he was tremendous because they've got some really good front court players, and Theo John, and is a real dude, and Dawson, is tremendous. So but he's when he's right and when he's energized and when he's all over the backboard and when he's super active, he's all conference level player.
You've alluded to it a couple times, recapping this game. But before this season, you said you hoped that the timing was right to come back to the Big East, that things could be aligning here. How much is a win like tonight a result of all the bricks you've built up to this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the, it's all the pain you go through. It's all the fighting with these guys about their practice habits, all the fighting with, guys about, doing the right things, doing, the type of habits and behaviors that go on in the best programs, the way they approach their commitment to everything they do. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, year 3 for us going into like the best or one of the best leagues in the country. It's a huge step up from where we were, but, we've got 3 years. This is our 3rd year of building. So I'm happy I didn't come in here year 1. I can tell you that.
Tom?
It would have been.
Hey, Dan, how important was Bouknight's presence on the court down the stretch, even if he was hampered a little bit and couldn't do what he normally does, just for the defensive attention he draws and what he could contribute on defense?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that was, I don't think you're going to see many games like that from James, but yeah, and he had a huge, where he got in and got a possession arrow jump ball. His athleticism and length. He was better defensively down the stretch. But yeah, I mean, his presence creates those opportunities for Tyler or for Isaiah because he draws so much attention, and they loaded up on him today. And we've got to look at it and we've got to make some adjustments. But we need him on the court, and we don't want many more games like that from him.
Gavin?
Tyler and Isaiah obviously delivered on the court, but did they say something to the players, to their teammates to get them going, or did they, were they vocal about getting them going down 18?
Yeah, I mean, there was some of that. There was some of that. We sent. We've been taught, like Isaiah is a guy that we, the staff, has been kind of challenging, the last 2 games versus Creighton and DePaul. He wasn't himself. So we challenged him to the point of making him change his music selection day of the game. So he went heavy metal today. I think he might have went Metallica or something along those lines to get him incensed, because that's the way he needs to play, with rage and energy. And Tyler, we've just been trying to build him up and just talk to him about his confidence and his presence, and he's all the way back now.
Sean Pagano?
Yeah, Coach, congrats on the win. A little closer than I think a lot of us wanted, but including yourself. You talked about winning at home. Now you got that crucial big win kind of on the road, real big test down the stretch, and showed the moxie of your team. Could you sense now where this team is going, being able to, again, I know you touched on it, win without Bouknight being at his best and so on?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly feel good about it. It's I think only a good team can come and win a game here. Marquette's good team, and they've beaten Wisconsin. They beat Creighton on the road, and really only good teams come in here and beat them, like Seton Hall, who plays at the top of the league. So we have a long way to go. For us, it's only game 6. We're still evolving and developing and figuring out roles, and but I do think that there's certainly a confidence that's going to come from this game, that hopefully we can carry over, because this is, we got 2 more on the road before we can get a home game.
Mike, Anthony?
Thank you.
Thanks. Dan, as you said, just seeing Tyler back, all the way back physically and mentally, I suppose. How important is that for you moving forward? And for you, just how gratifying is it for you to see him have an outbreak like this?
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you feel for him after given what he's gone through?
Tyler's as good a guy as you'll ever coach. I don't think he's got like a bad bone in his body. Like he's like the best gentleman and the most diligent worker, and just a guy that will never have an issue with another human being. And I think I think on the court, I think he's got to find an alter ego on game night where he gets between the lines and maybe becomes a little bit more that swaggy T that we like to call him. So, but yeah, you feel great because anytime one of the good guys delivers at that level, and knowing the rehab and the road that he's traveled to get back, and the losing that he went through early in his career, and now to go up to a great league and in a big spot delivering, couldn't happen, as they say, couldn't happen to a better guy.
Thanks.
Eric Dobras?
Coach, can you just talk about, I'm sure you can appreciate what a win like this means to the fan base. I mean, you're going to be the talk of the town for the next couple of days. I'm sure your phone's going crazy. Social media is going nuts. And just what this means to that rabid fan base that's been desperate for wins like this the last, 5-6 years.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we got one of the best fan bases in all of college basketball. Their support and their presence on social media, has played a huge role in us kind of generating the excitement across the board. Just it has an impact on every area when you have that many people that are engaged in your program. So, I mean, we're thrilled for them. When I had heard about the conference the starts to the conference season, how we had been 0-2. That going 1-1 was something we hadn't done since, I don't know if it was 16 or whatever. It's amazing that a program of this caliber has been through what it's been through. So, I mean, we're thrilled that during a difficult time in this country with everything that's going on, that, hopefully we could do our part and play great ball for them and have a really good year. And give everybody in Connecticut and all our fans across the country something to look forward to during a brutal time.
Thank you.
Last one, Bill Paxton.
Hey, Dan, going forward, I mean, obviously, Book wasn't the normal Book tonight, but do you need that number 2 consistent guy out there scoring like a Tyler or a Cole or something? Or you're happy with having a rotating spot there and having different guys step up each night?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the strength of this team is, I think, like in Book, you have a guy who, has, that next level talent. And then I think we have a lot of really good players. I think we have a number of guys that can get you double figure points in a number of different ways that we could play it. I still think that, even though like RJ doesn't have great numbers, but his toughness and leadership got us through it. I think he'll eventually get that breakout game and be a guy who's a double-figure scorer. And Tyrese and listen, Tyrese and RJ and Tyler and Isaiah are all guys that'll be able to get us double-figure scoring. So we're excited and obviously getting a Cook back. It's just going to add to the strength of this team, which is our depth. That's our strength, is our depth, how deep we can go. And that's program stuff because, you just, obviously when you have a couple guys that don't have it, like Tyrese and James tonight, you obviously got a number of guys that can make a difference.